Hi, my name's Pamela Boyd and I work here at Porsche Chester. And today I want to talk to you about the Porsche Panamera in our approved use range in our turbo model. So this is the Panamera Turbo, which is a full luxury saloon, but has all the DNA of the 911. It also has some great characteristic features of it. So this is in the Carrera white, which is a metallic white, and has these great beveled wing lines up either side, which again gives that familiarity of the Sport 911. It also has a V-shape through to the bonnet. Again, a really nice design feature for aerodynamics, but also a great design feature for a sporty looking car. You also have a pure LED headlight, which is in a matrix beam. And throughout the top and up through the car, you've also got the start there to your glass panoramic roof. So let's have a little look around the side of the Panamera. So I want to start off with these alloys. So these are a 21-inch alloy, and they have the full Porsche crest right in the centre and the signature red brake calipers, which actually balance really nicely with the white metallic paint. As we walk our way through, you can see there's elements and accents of black throughout the side body of the car, through the bottom part of the wing, inner part of the door handles, and this has had a full gloss frame all the way around the outside of the window surrounds. Further along, it's also had privacy glass also added to the side of the car. What I want to do now is move around the back of the car and just show you how all these features tie in together. So let's start off at the bottom. So here we've got a black and dark exhaust, and as you move your way up and through, you can see how the Porsche lettering here has also been made a lot darker to kind of contrast in with the fact that these headlights at the rear have been completely tinted. Now the strip headlighting again is pretty signature to the Panamera. You can see it runs all the way back through the car here, and we've darkened the glass on either side. And that brings me up to the spoiler at the back of the car. Again, very unique as a spoiler. It actually, you can see it fully extended at the moment, so it actually pulls its way in and drops all the way down, which you'll see at certain speeds it will pop up again to give a little counterbalance to the front of the car. And this, as far as cars go, it ticks a lot of boxes for me. It is luxury, it's got plenty of space in it, and ultimately it is a pure 911 that's just been pulled apart and made a little bit more room. So if you'd like to follow me, what I'm going to do is show you this luxury interior on the Panamera and talk you through a few of the features inside. So now that we're in the interior of the car, what I want to do is sort of show you how the interior replicates the exterior colour pattern. So we've got that lovely white metallic paint with those accents of black, and that is replicated on the interior here. So all of this leather is a luxury soft leather, and it is in the colour crayon. So it has a very light, soft, slight grey tones to it. And then here on the headlining, you've also got this suede or Alcantara based headlining, and that matches here with your sun visors through the drop. Now, to replicate again the black gloss of the exterior of the car, that runs all the way through the panelling and all the way across the dash here. And then what we have that also kind of ties it in quite nicely together is this crayon stitching through the dash, which then just sort of ties the black and the crayon together. Now this has got a few nice features, but I'll talk more about that once we get the car up and running. And in the back is huge in comparison to what we said before about this being a 911 that's really stretched out. Let's see how usable those back seats are with my seat position, because I'm fairly tall. So as you can see in the back of the Panamera, there is tons of space, and I'm pretty tall, so actually I can fit here pretty comfortably, and it gives us chauffeur type vibe in the back, where you've got heated seats, places to put your drinks, a dual sunroof at the top so you can individually close the blinds. So to be driven around in this with that kind of power, that sounds like good fun. So I know what you really want to know is what's the drive like. So let's have a look. So this Panamera is the turbo-based model, which has now been superseded by the Turbo S and has 550 brake horsepower and is a 4-litre V8. So that is a lot of power for a saloon-based car. It's also 770 Newton meters of torque. So inside the car, what you've got is fully adjustable seats with a lumbar support. So long distance driving is not really a problem. Also the electric steering column and memory seats, so it's great switching from driver to driver. So although you kind of feel like you're sat in a comfy armchair driving along, as soon as you just click it round to sport, you suddenly wake up the engine and it feels a little bit like driving a 911. So this model has the Sports Chrono package. So there's a little dial on the screen there, and that is affected by a little lever that comes out from the steering, making it really user friendly. So I can just twist it into Sports and you can hear it just growl a little bit louder, and then Sports Plus, where it just pushes through the throttle a little bit more. So it just depends on how much open road you've got to how much you'd want to use those two modes. But what's also great is how user friendly the screen is. So big wide open screen, touch screen, really easy to use. In particular when you're driving, you don't want something that's fiddly or too tricky. So, you know, I find that I only need a very slight glance or just to kind of feel around for some of the features when it comes down to your heated seats. Heated steering wheel I always find an interesting one on Porsche. It's always just slightly hidden. So it's actually right in the centre of the steering column, and you kind of almost feel for it in between. So if ever you're wondering if your Porsche has heated steering wheel, then it's just in the centre of a little click button in the middle here. Now the good thing about this car as well is you do have a LED screen right in the centre of you. So I've got mine set to navigation, so that means I can just keep my eye line forward and set my navigation and just need to glance down just to see where I'm going. So this model's got two additional features to it which are a fantastic option to add to your Porsche. It has a rear axle steer, so on lower speeds that'll help me turn into corner and make it feel like a really small car. So as I turn into park, the wheels will go in the opposing direction at the rear, making the turning circle really short. What it also has that I really like is, you know, it's quite a stiff steering in the Porsches, so at lower speeds it's got a power steering plus, which really lightens up the steering. But I suppose if you want to have a bit of fun with that sort of rear axle, then taking a corner, it will also turn into the corner with you as well. So they're two features I think are really nice to have on the Porsche. So thank you for taking the time to look around the Porsche Panamera with me today. My name is Pamela Boyd and I work at Porsche Centre Chester. And if you've got any questions about the vehicle, hopefully you'll give us a call and I'll see you next time.